So the first main idea is text is used as a way to integrate everyone in a community and share the experience or responsibility of comprehension.
Well, both schools we went to, one, Timpanogos had like 2 languages on their signs and on their doors, and then Edgemont really just advertised things around the school in like what was we assumed to be the primary language, which was English. But it's interesting because we decided that just because Edgemont was just showing things in English, it's not that they didn't want to integrate other languages or other cultures into their school. They didn't really have the need to. But at Timpanogos, they did, because there was a big diverse community at the school, and we thought it was interesting that they were willing to do that and like share the responsibility of creating a community where every parent and every child from every culture can feel, at home and safe and secure.
So each school catered to the needs of their community and said, please join with us because we need your help, your support, your advocacy for your students to learn and really understand the world they're living in.
Right? I think that's why you see the differences in communities, is because they're catering to those different needs. And so you can't look at a community and think less of it or think it's not doing the right thing because it's focusing on the specific needs of that community, whereas another community is going to be focusing on the other different needs of the people in that community.
Okay, so the second main idea that we have is from Frere, the reading from him. And he said, we must read the world before we can read the word. For example, we had a picture of a fire hydrant. I mean, that is part of the world. That's something that you see. That is text that you have to understand what that means before you can read about it. If you don't know what a fire hydrant is, how it's supposed to, put out fires, or you're not supposed to park next to it. If you don't understand that, then you won't understand it when you read it in a book or a novel. So you have to understand visually and kind of auditorily and tangibly what the world is doing to you, what is familiar, what you run into, what you recognize, before you can then apply in the classroom when you're reading.
And I think as you use that prior knowledge in the classroom, then you can build upon the students' knowledge. They have to have that basis of understanding.
To even make meaning out of something.
Like a pyramid.
Exactly.
The world is where the meaning lives. And so when a student is exposed to a word, they're attaching it to the prior knowledge they have about their world.
I also liked how, if a child doesn't understand it, before you teach the curriculum, take them to a museum or somewhere else that they'll need further understanding, so you can draw upon what you've learned on that field trip later on in the teaching course.
Give them a schema to work with before you just start something new, or expect a schema already there. Yeah. Awesome. All right, so our third main idea is application in the classroom.
Taking texts or pictures that students are already familiar with and just looking into them more and using them to learn about other subjects and not just the subject that the text applies to, and discovering the meaning that applies to each subject
and to each student as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because you're not teaching them as a whole, you're teaching them as individuals. And then peers begin to teach peers as well. It's not just teacher teaching students. There's a peer-to-peer relationship as well.
And as you use a diversity of text, you cover all the different areas of teaching as well. The different levels, because all your students are at different levels and places of understanding in their lives. And you're able to cover all of those.
I think you're trying to, as a teacher, just one of your goals is to help students just enjoy learning. And I don't know, I can think of many classes where I don't even understand why it's relevant, whatever we're learning, to my life. And so I think that this whole concept of bringing in text from their world, it'll make a huge difference in the class and help them have a desire to learn and to become lifelong learners.
Then we're back out in the community with mom and dad at the grocery store, and they see the text that we used in the class. Mom, look, Mr. Ship talked about that in our class. I know what that means. And they can show off it, but having a logical connection as to why, we're even talking about this in class raises the game, raises the level of both fun for the students, and when they're having fun and it's interesting to them and they have there's application to themselves in their lives, then it's a whole other ballgame.
They're motivated to actually learn.
Yeah. We should do a rap about this.
Yeah.
That would be neat.
Let's do it.
Hope you enjoy our rap. Here it comes.
This one is for the kids in the schooling systems. Hard work, straight A's with the queuing system. When you ride up to the school, you'll be seeing text. Spanish and English, don't look perplexed. Each school's chill, it's real, both got their own feel. Check the signs when you get behind the wheel. Text, language, it ain't no joke. Spitting different words, make sure you don't choke. Dave's a trip, his last name is Chip. He's quick like a whip, when you make a quip, that's the kind of text I was looking for. Don't matter the hood, shack or chateau. When you're out and about and text you spy. Try, but you can't reply. English, Spanish, or what about Thai? Phonics isn't meaning don't turn a blind eye. Yes I did. Somebody please tell him what meaning is. We're talking about literacy, it ain't no quiz. Check in text, you can look like a whiz.